Have you ever wondered why people pray after something bad happens? If we get an amber or atom alert or a storm or flood devastates an area, people start asking for prayers. And what do we see on our Facebook feed? Prayers going up. Prayers. Prayers. Praying. Praying. I'm praying. Prayers. 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 Lord Jesus, please reach down with your loving and compassionate hands and bless this person or people. Heal them, sweet Lord, as only you can. Prayers, 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 prayers. What do these people think happens up there in heaven? Do they think Yahweh and his cohorts haven't been paying attention? Jesus and his dad just don't care about us? Not enough anyway, not enough to keep a good eye on us. So we have to cry and holler and get the whole neighborhood to do the same in order to get their attention. Maybe Yahweh and Jesus are sitting up there playing checkers because, they're not smart enough to play chess and not noticing anything that happens. Then suddenly Jesus says, "What in the world is that ruckus, Dad?" And Yahweh goes over to his amazing telescope and looks down, or maybe comes down riding on a cloud like he, did in the Old Testament. And he sees what's causing all those annoying voices crying out to him. But even still, until he gets those prayers and all that praise, he ain't doing nothing to help nobody, I reckon. Or maybe Jesus and his dad are up there watching gay porn. They have to watch. So they can figure out exactly how many sins are committed. Because, we have to give an account even for every idle word. So they have to pay attention. The kiss, the sweet nothings, every evil touch, and obviously the act. They have to watch and keep watching to make sure, whether that actually happens. And it's also captivating to Yahweh and Jesus that they're up there in heaven rubbing their eyes and taking another look to make sure their eyes aren't deceiving them. So they completely miss the fact that a baby is being tortured until humans point it out to them. And then they slowly pull themselves away from the gay sex and do something for the poor child. After enough prayers and praise are forthcoming, of course. Or not. It could be too late. 9 times out of 10, these two gods are useless when it comes to helping. I've known people, and when I say people, I mean myself, to pray for a good grade on a test after the test had been taken. Yahweh could cause the teacher to lose the test and not have another chance. He could cause the teacher to like the stupid answers I gave. After all, nothing is impossible for Yahweh, right? Plus, I remember one year, 7th grade, I think, when I was worried about my literature grade during one grading period. And one of my classmates went out behind the school building and burnt the record book. Not for me. I don't know why he did it. The teacher called us all up to his desk to ask us what we thought we deserved in all our classes. I was trying to decide whether to admit that I might possibly have a B in literature, but he never called me to his desk. I'm sure he just assumed I had all A's. Seriously, anything can happen. Christians think Yahweh's all up in their business. He knows how many hairs are on their head, and every time one falls out, he makes a mental note of it. We comb our hair, and he's like, 1, 2, 3, 50 new hairs in that brush. Okay, subtract 50 from... Yeah, until we, a bunch of us in fact, fall down on our knees and snot and cry and beg and plead. He doesn't even think about saving a poor little baby who's been raped or beaten. Oh, or do Christians think that before they ask, Yahweh just doesn't want to help the baby? He knew what was going on, as he knows everything. But he just didn't want to save that innocent little child. But all the prayers made him change his perfect will for the precious little thing. If that's the case, and it surely is if Christians are praying after Yahweh's will was obviously to have the baby abducted or whatever. Then why in the world would he change the plans he had for the baby? It was going to go to heaven. But now all the prayers have kept it alive and in this cruel world. And it'll grow up and most likely go to hell. I mean, most people do. Why would Christians be cruel like that to another human being? Why try to force their God to intervene in someone else's life and mess up what Yahweh had in store for the person? Why are they messing in other people's affairs? The Bible says not to do that. But I reckon, as the Bible also says, every fool will be meddling. Or do Christians really not think Yahweh has a plan for their lives and the lives of others? They say they believe this, but they sure pray as if they don't. Nothing happens that is not his will, they proclaim, and the Bible says he does as he pleases and his counsel stands. Then something happens that Christians don't like, and they go about trying to undo their God's will and make it the way they think it should be. He deliberately kills babies, y'all. He tells others to kill babies. That's who he is and what he wants from time to time. Why are you messing in his business and trying to stop what he's either wanting or is at least willing to let happen? He may just get tired of listening to you, as he says he does, and change his mind to shut you up. But things may turn out far worse. By the way, this is the story Jesus told when he was convincing his followers to beg constantly for vengeance on their enemies. That, his dad might get tired of listening and maybe he'll do something to their enemies. He said, if you whine long enough, y'all will bring down horrible things on people that you don't like, just to shut you up, because you're getting on his nerves with all your begging. Yes, that's what it says. That's the context. Now, yes, you're supposed to love your enemies and do good to them. But, you can love people and want evil to befall them, right? I mean, it makes me really happy when troublesome times come to my children and grandchildren and other family members and friends. I mean, I just get giddy about that. I'm sure you feel the same. Anyway, y'all need to settle down and let your God do his thing. Have a little faith in him. Surely you think he knows what he's doing. For crying out loud, stop asking him to change his mind and subvert his own plans and go instead with yours. You think you know better than he does, and you're messing up his will. And by the way, that's before the fact or after the fact. But it's especially weird after the calamity has already hit. You can't unscramble an egg, and neither can your God. And the thing is, once the damage is done, all the tiny little good, one or two houses saved during a hurricane or a child being raped, but hey, he survived. They all turn out exactly the same whether you pray or not, and you really ought to know that. Thank you all. Bye.